Welcome back. I want to say that mainstream media, the entertainment industry, has totally destroyed the perception of reality. People don't know what's real and what's not real. They don't know how to distinguish what's fantasy, what's not fantasy, what's fairy tale, what's not fairy tale, right? All this thing that people are going through, right? They don't understand, especially women, right? They don't understand that what you see in movies, right? Prince Charming, happily ever after, white picket fence is not necessarily what's depicted in reality. Alright? This is why I'm saying that the whole movie industry, the whole entertainment industry has totally destroyed the perception of reality for people. Right? They think everything is a fantasy these days. But it's really not. They think every woman, especially women, think that everything they need, like everything that they could think of will come into fruition, right? They think that they deserve a six-figure income man, right? That 1% man that's 6 feet tall, Prince Charming. Those things are not real. Those things are not reality. All right, they think they want this reality. They want this fantasy so much. That's the thing. That's the difference between men and women, right? Women think in a logic based on fantasy, right? Most men out there based on the logic of reality, right? When you base your logic on fantasy, you would most likely end up to disappoint yourself because you're not seeing the true fact. You're not trying to see the true reality of things, right? You're never gonna get your way all the time. That Prince Charming's not come for you, right? Especially when you hit that age of what, 40, and you go back to the dating market thinking you can find the same person. No, you should have never divorced your husband in the first place, right? You should already understand that a woman in their 40s, when they get into divorce, right, it's going to be a harder time for them to compete with the younger women, right? Especially when you try to compete with the 1% men. If a 1% men, if they're 1% go with the used up old woman, they're going to get with the young woman. And that's what they don't understand. They don't understand what's fictional and what's non-fictional, right? And unfortunately, movies and the show business industry have totally destroyed that. This is why I don't watch movies, right? I don't listen to mainstream music, right? I don't do none of that stuff. I don't watch the news. I don't watch all that stuff. It's totally uh, a destruction of reality, right? You can't think properly when you base on your life on a fictional character, a fictional lifestyle, of fantasies. Why do you think they call it fantasy? Because it's not real, right? And unfortunately, people are living in this deranged fantasy that men could transition themselves into another sex, which is totally unrealistic. These people are deranged. They're totally not grounded to earth, right? They're not on this planet. Thinking men are able to menstruate, men are able to give birth, and I blame this on movies by creating all these stupid theme movies that men could do this and that, right? And people need to realize that they need to stop living in a fantasy and live more in reality, more grounded to earth. Right? This is why we're going to the. This is why we have all these problems in the world right now. They think marriage is a fantasy. Marriage is not a fantasy. Marriage is a business. Right? These women out there think that marriage is this what this game that they're playing that is not gonna have any repercussion. This is real life, and people need to understand that. The Hollywood business, the show business industry, the music business, right, totally destroyed the perception of relationship, of family, right, of things that's obtainable and unattainable. These show business industries, they're basically propaganda tools, propagating all these false ideologies on people. Tell them they could do this, do that, do this, do that, not realizing that they are not living in the movie. Why do you think Hollywood's called La La Land? right? Because you need to be in a fantasy to believe all this crap, right? This dream. Stop living in a dream. Start living in the reality. Dream is just a fantasy. In order to make your fruition come to, in order to make your dream come true, you have to start somewhere. You have to put the best foot forward and start from reality. Ground yourself and see what's realistic and what's not realistic. Right? Because of their twisted mindset, thinking that the world is a game. It's not a game. This is real life. It's not a fantasy. It's not a fairy tale. There's no such thing as Mr. Right. Only Mr. Right now. Your time is limited on this planet. Right? They think they can waste their time chasing this career. Right? You know, the world is a whole competition. You're competing with each other. Right? So you gotta be realistic in what you can achieve and what you cannot achieve. And people are just, they have this twisted mindset that they're living in a fantasy, you know? And I blame the media for this. The media are the main contributor of this delusion that we're going around in the world right now. The media is the one thing that stands in the way of people being realistic, ground to earth, understanding what's factual, what's not factual. That's what the media is to distort the information. They need to wake up. Life is not a fantasy. Step out of that shadow, lift the veil, wake up, sheepos. Alright, relationship is not a fantasy. Alright, it's hard to make a relationship work. You know how hard it is to find that one person that understands you? Right? And expect that person to just get along with you? There's got to be a compromising, and you got to reciprocate with each other. So this idea of Prince Charming, right? It's all false reality. It's not real. La La Land is not a fairy tale. And that's what's wrong with people. They don't understand. They don't know how to distinguish what's real and what's not real. They think they could just chop their things off and expect them to be something else. No, you still have the same chromosome. You still have the same body structures. All that makeup, right? All that facade is basically what it is. It's a one big facade. All those makeup, all those dresses, those costumes that they wear, right? And women love to be in this fantasy, right? Why do you think they love Halloween so much? They like to be somebody who they are not. They like to live up to this characters who they are not. Why do you think they're such great actors, right? They like to fantasize stuff. What I should do this? What should I do that? What that? They love musicals. They love all these dramas, soap operas, not realizing this is the thing that's destroying them. This is the thing that's preventing them from achieving what they could achieve. Right? They love Hollywood so much. They love entertainment so much. It's in there. They enter you and they tame you. Right? It's to prevent you from doing anything else. It's a distraction. That's what all this media is. They use this fantasy as a distraction from you getting what you want in life. From you not being able to aspire to get something better in life. They mislead you. Right? This fantasy is basically one misleading device. It's just not real. Holding you back, brainwash you into believing something that's not real. And people just took it hook, line, and sinker. Right? And they brainwashed the masses, right? Thinking people are indestructible, going to commit all these mass terminations, with The people just don't know how to understand to distinguish reality what's fictions these days. What? A mass shooting on TV or on a movie is totally different from what's in reality. You don't know what's scripted anymore. Right? They don't understand. There are consequences in real life from fantasy. So, I just want people to understand that stop living in the fantasy. This media is one of the sources that's distort people's perception of reality. People don't know what to think anymore. They think up is down, down is up. It's an inversion of reality. That's what it is. The media. They like to lie to people, mislead people, tell people that doesn't make sense makes sense, and people just believe it, believe in the lie. But I don't know. Let me know if you agree. If I missed something, leave a comment below so we can all learn from each other. And you like, share, and subscribe. And on that note, guys, I'll check you guys back in another video. Peace.